What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy BT, and today we are here with the Fisker Ocean. We've got a customer that accidentally had a little run in here with their mirror. We're going to go ahead and show you how to get this thing swapped out. All right, so to take off this door card, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go in here with a pry tool, and we're going to pop this out like so. And then inside here, there'll be a Torx bolt. There's one under here. And then also we're going to have to take this little cover here inside the door out as well. And we've got some more Torx screws in there as well. All right, so we have one screw here and one screw down here. These are going to be a T25. And then up in here we have two, and those are going to be a T30. All right, so now that we have those four bolts out of the way, we should be able to pry this back. We're going to go ahead and use this pry tool here, wedge it behind the door so we can get something to grab onto here, and we're going to go ahead and pop the door card off. So once you get it popped out a little bit, you should be able to just go ahead and pop it out all the way around. And then we should be able to lift this off. And of course, behind you're going to have some connectors to take off before you can fully take the door off. There we go. So now that that's off, so here we have behind here, we've got the cable for the door. We've got the plug. We've got to undo those before we can take the door card off. All right, so now that we have that off, we can see that we've got this cover protecting this section here, which is probably where we will be unscrewing the bolts that hold the mirror in place. And here is the wire harness that comes in and plugs in right here. So we're going to go ahead and take this off and go ahead and get this disconnected. All right, so after we have this unscrewed here, we're going to go ahead and just kind of pull on this, kind of pull down. And that should be all that we really need, is about that much, because underneath here, behind here, is the screw that we're going to use to take out. All right, so there are three bolts that are holding this in. The lower bolt of these two, the one bolt behind here, and then when you undo this right here, you'll see there's a bolt right there. And those are the three we're going to be taking out in order to get this mirror disconnected. And the size for these bolts would be a T30. All right, so with those three bolts removed, we can then wiggle this thing along with its harness right out and replace it with the other unit. All right, so once you work the harness, you should be able to pull that right out. All right, so this is the spot right here where the window came out. I'm going to go ahead and just clean that up real quick and get the new mirror installed. All right, it's nice and clean here. We got rid of any marks that were here by using some rubbing compound. Now we're going to drop the replacement mirror in place. All right, so we know we've got to start by working the harness down into place here. I'm just going to grab it from the inside. So I was able to work in the harness here. Now I'm just going to get that rubber grommet in place. So we just got to push everything down together at once and pull it through. Nice and easy. Just take your time with this. There we go. That went in a lot quicker than it came out. All right, so since I've got that in place, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take one of these screws and I'm going to set that in place just so we make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. Alright, all that's left to do now is to get the rest of the screws back where they came from and button everything back up. Alright, so with everything in place here, I'm going to go ahead and get this gasket part of the harness in place here. Then we've got our 2 wires left. All that's left to do is to snap those in place like so, and we should have a finished product. So all we have to do is go in reverse to put this back on. You want to start at the top first to make sure it is sitting on top of the seal, and then once that's in place like that, you can just gently push it in till it snaps in place like so. So with that snap back in place, all we have to do is put the other screws back in. Okay, and then put the door card back in, and we should be done with the installation of this mirror. So all we want to do is make sure we're aligning the spot that it's supposed to clip into in place, so that when we press, it'll press right into place. So just get that aligned, and we should be good to go there. Okay, with that in place, we just have to align the rest of the door and get that put back in place, and we should be good to go here. And that concludes the install of the mirror. We're going to go ahead and make sure everything's working good. Alright, so we're back up and running. It's your boy BT. Thank you for checking out this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.